For that, we bring in Joe Pompliano, founder of Pomp Investments, host of the Joe Pomp Show, writes about exactly this, sports financing. Boy, it seems like nobody will say no to these guys.
Yeah, you're exactly correct. And thanks for having me, Leland.
Yeah,
I think you hit the nail on the head, though, which is the politicians don't want to lose these teams, right? And if you look at the Buffalo Bills specifically, the state and local governments, they're footing the bill for the majority of the stadium. It's $1.4 billion stadium, and they're contributing $850 million. That's 60% of the stadium. Terry and Kim Pagula, who own the franchise, are contributing about $350 million, so significantly less than the taxpayers in New York State and Erie County.
It's interesting because the value of the team is going to go up substantially for the ownership when the new stadium is built, and they're not going to give any of that money back to the state of New York if they sell the Buffalo Bills. This would be the question going forward: is does this money pay itself back? A poll of economists, so conceivably people who would know about this, will stadium cost taxpayers more than the economic benefits? 83% say yes, it will cost more than the economic benefits. Only 4% say it will pay for itself. Those 4% may or may not be paid consultants to the NFL and Major League Baseball owners.
Yeah, and I think the reality is there's thousands of studies conducted at this point that say that this money will not be rewarded back to the state in taxpayer funds. Governor Hochul can say what she wants. She claims that they receive about $27 million in taxes from the Buffalo Bills. I find that somewhat hard to believe, but also they're footing the bill for $850 million, not counting inflation or anything like that. But the reality is this money could have been used for a bunch of different things, right? So Governor Hochul will say that the total bill for New York State is $216 billion, and this represents less than 0.5% of that bill. But the reality is she's cutting funding across the board for a bunch of different things, right? Children and Family Services got cut $800 million in this bill. If you look at Buffalo specifically, it's one of the poorest cities in the country. I believe they're the third poorest city in the country. 4 out of every 10 children in Buffalo live in poverty. So there are plenty of things that could have happened in Buffalo with this money, but also in New York City, right? I'm sure the 8 or 9 million people that live in New York City would have rathered improved subways. I'm sure the people that live in New York State, on Long Island, everywhere else, would have rathered improved healthcare, improved infrastructure, and so forth.
Yeah, Joe, there's no question that there's a lot of other things this money can go to. How worried are owners and the leagues that at some point some politician is going to say no, and then the next city that they go to build the stadium that they're going to move to says no as well, and the gig's up?
Well, it's very difficult because for a city like Buffalo, it's not one of the major U.S. cities in the country, right? So they're not going to say no because ultimately the Bills will move. And Los Angeles doesn't have that ability. Dallas doesn't have that ability. So these owners have to fund their own stadiums. If you look at SoFi Stadium, it's the most expensive stadium in the world. And the majority, if not all of it, was funded privately by the owners. So ultimately the Buffalo Bills, if they don't play ball with the Bills, they'll move the team. So there's 32 NFL teams. There is not an abundance of supply. These owners can do this to smaller market cities. Otherwise, the politicians look like idiots and the team moves.
Yeah, and you can't forget that it is an election year for Governor Hochul, and Buffalo can go either way. There's that unwritten rule in the NFL: you build a new stadium, then you all of a sudden you get a Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens there. Hey, Joe, great conversation. Thank you. We appreciate it. This is going to keep going. This is going to keep happening. We'll have you back.
Thanks, Leland.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.